We are live. Good morning with Bead Maker Coffee. We got Sydney, we got Josh, we got a raccoon. I think that's Fat Joe, and I'm Keith. So welcome everybody to wow, almost
Morning.
August.
It's almost August and it's really early
Yeah.
this morning.
Well, especially given the
Yeah.
weekend's activities. Yeah, so it's an early day.
Are you wearing your comfy cozy?
I am. So I gotta say, we've been pretty lucky. We've not had super hot days, but it gets really cool at night. So
Yeah.
we don't use the AC. We open the windows at night and let this place get a little chilly. So yeah, I need to
Cool.
put on a fuzzy.
I love that. I love that. So Keith and I found some new comfy cozies back in the basement when we were in Hayward a couple weeks ago. That's probably the one that fits you, but
I do have
they
one that
were
was meant it would fit both of us.
they were of sizes that would fit more than one of us, and mine fits me like a dress, so it's like it makes me feel like it's my grandma's old nightgown or robe. It's like the best thing ever. I love it. I just know its days are numbered with Archie, but man, I wore it the other night and I was like, this is the best. But it's literally like a moo moo. It's hilarious. All right, well, Josh, it's good to see you. I'm glad you made it home. I
Yeah.
missed your adventure home. So, oh god, do you guys just see that little cat fight right back there? Um, well, let's tell everybody in case they don't know. We were all just at Keith's house like 24 hours ago,
Yeah.
getting our way back home. So we had the fourth annual Squatcha in Portland this weekend, and so we are all just returning. I know I got home late last night. How about you, Josh?
That was about 9:30. Should have been
man.
home about 7, but
Oh
Yeah.
man,
American Airlines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Telling you, Delta, Team Delta,
Yep. That's why I fly Delta.
Team
Wow.
Delta. I know Keith's on Team American.
Well,
Oh,
it's
man.
more based on prior locations than it is the preference. So
Yeah, yeah. Are we sure we're live?
yeah, we're live. It says we're live.
No, but I mean, I don't see where it says we're streaming on the channels.
Well, did we connect the channels?
Yeah. But does yours say that it's live up top? If anybody's here, tell us, because I don't like normally it says we're live on Facebook. Like for me on mine, it says add channels, but I mean, they were all connected last night, but how come I feel like we're not live?
Well, it says we're live. What are we live on?
Well, we're supposed to be live on Facebook and YouTube, but for some reason it does not say we're live on YouTube.
Well, let me get on.
It says we're streaming on.
We're live
Oh
on
no, it
Facebook.
says yeah, it says we're live. Okay, it says we're live.
Hello.
Goodness. Okay. We just don't
I
have anybody
guess
here.
everybody's got a brisket hangover, and that's why. So who knows?
Yeah, well, I was just worried because my screen looks different, but
Well, I have nothing in the chat.
I know. No good mornings. Maybe
Chad
no
just
one's here
says
yet.
he's got us live.
He what?
Chad Emerson says he's got us live. So
Oh,
we must
okay.
be on.
Okay, well, good. Just no one wants to say good morning this morning.
That's
Well, they're all.
That's
I don't
funny.
think our messages are coming across because there's some good mornings on here.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
I'll monitor our messages until we.
Well,
So we
yeah, I
figured
wonder
this
how.
mess out. What is going on here?
Yeah, how do we fix that? Oh, Keith, you're going to have to fix it because you're signed in. But that's so weird. Yeah, I just thought it was
You
weird
fixing
that,
it. Oh boy.
like, my screen looks not totally different, but it looks different. Like, usually it will show that we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and for mine, it just says add channels, which is really weird. But, well, cool. So, well, let's talk about the Squatcha then. Keith, what was your favorite part? I feel like I barely talked to you the whole night.
Well, I think my favorite part every year is to see the kids, have the families come and see the kids in the pool having a good time and doing their thing. So, I love that we've been able to create little conversation zones around the house, the yard. So, it's interesting to see who ends up chatting with who and who knows who.
Yeah.
And what happens is a lot of people meet each other for the first time or get the chat. So I just think it's the fact that people come together and we're not talking about how we sell products or doing training. It's just everybody gets a chance to just chill out and hang out, and they do that on what was a perfect day. I mean, God, it was perfect weather. It was it was the best. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. So
Yeah, it was really nice. The weather was great. We had Bob and Dave fly in. We had a couple distributors. Like, it was just great. It was a different crew than usual, but yeah, it was great. The brisket was great.
brisket came out good this year.
Yeah, it was really good.
We had 2 big briskets, so
Yeah. So no luck on the chat, huh?
I
Can you see it as the administrator, Keith?
I cannot see the chat. No.
That's so weird. I guess, I mean, we could, like, one of us could monitor YouTube and the other could monitor Facebook, but there's like 6 comments on Facebook.
Yeah, that's
so weird. So weird.
Well, we are live, huh? Oh.
Yeah, we're live on both. Yeah.
Wow.
The comments are, like, people saying good morning. They're saying Southwest all the way. So funny.
Southwest all the way. You're not sure we're gonna go with that one.
You haven't really flown until you've flown on Delta.
Yeah, that's so true. I used to be such a huge Southwest fan, and now I'm a Delta bougie girl. But
We're not live on the lounge.
Yeah, no, we haven't been for a while.
Oh.
Because you can share the feed, but when they switched over like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and then when people would comment from the lounge, we couldn't see who it was. So we stopped streaming live in the lounge. We can share the stream, but this will be kind of hard if we can't see the comments, because then we can't pull them up. That's so weird. Why would it do that? So Keith, on the right, there's nothing like in the messages that says display messages.
Nope, that's what we got. No comments.
Oh, weird. That's a bummer.
Yeah, we'll wing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that wants me to do Facebook and stuff. Dang it. Well, okay, so Josh, which one are you going to do? Facebook or, I have to do YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'll do Facebook.
Okay. All right. Oh, geez. There's all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Yeah, this will be interesting. All right. So I'm just going to go through these. Like, of course, we've got first from Puerto Rico. Oh, wow. There's a lot. Okay. First from Puerto Rico. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Frank, we've got Gary Johnston. Steve Pearson's here. Good morning. Let's see. This is an interesting question. And I had this question a couple of weeks ago, too. So Frank says, Keith, do you know when coffee will be back in stock?
I may have bought it all.
Great question.
Well, there was some in Hayward when we got there, right?
There was, yeah.
So I wonder if it's just not on the website. So that's going to be a question that we actually have to send back to Bob. Steve Pearson says we're definitely live. We're definitely live. It's always like when you want to give your friends a heads up, like, no, you're live. Yeah. You're
really saying what you're saying, so watch what you're saying.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Sid. I'm in the in the controls here, right? I'm in the back room of the convention center. Yeah. And it says to go to our settings, and I go to the settings on our channels, and our channels show everything's up and legit. So I wonder why
the chat's not working. That's so weird.
No. I could turn stuff on and off, but I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah, that's just so weird.
Well, Thomas Oleski says good morning.
Good morning, Thomas. 2 weeks, brother. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 2 weeks from this morning. And we will be back live with Bead Maker and Coffee early that morning. So Mark Abar says, good morning, PNS team. Just another beautiful day in Phoenix. It's only going to be 112. He can't wait for the week.
Beautiful.
We've got CS Auto Tech from Northern California checking in. Let's see, Tristan said no football. Okay, so here's a question. Well, let's save this one because this is actually a detailing question. So, Alex Dewar is here. Yeah, bummer we can't see these. So, let's go into real quick then before we get started on reading these comments. Everybody, thanks for sticking with us. What was your favorite product you used last week?
I'm going with Bead Maker.
Okay.
It should be my favorite product every week, but
Yeah.
Did a wash clay seal on my Volkswagen Atlas that hasn't been touched in about 3 months, and
Nice. It's always such a great. That's just such a solid process. I love it every time. So I last week I made my kids work the whole week. So the only products I touched was like stout and stuff. So I'm not going to go with what I say every week, but I'm actually going to give a shout out to a product that doesn't get a lot of love, and especially from me. Like, I'll totally be honest and call myself out for that. It doesn't get a lot of love from me. But this weekend, while we were at Keith's, Jason Carl, who's our distributor up in Santa Rosa, drove over 10 and a half hours for the Squatchy Q, and he drove his orange Dodge Charger Scat Pack. And we coated that thing about, 8 months ago, something like that. Coated it in stout. It was our distributor stout training car. And I mean, it looked incredible, feels incredible, all that kind of stuff. But Saturday morning, he ran it through a car wash, which did amazing, by the way, not a single scratch. But anyway, I watched him wipe it down with Dream Maker. And Dream Maker is one of those products that I'm like, yeah, it works, but like, I don't use it. I don't need it, right? But I watched him wipe it down after his car wash. He wiped it down with Dream Maker, and when he would do like one door, you could visibly see the difference. Like, it was pretty crazy. And he he obviously just loves it and was like, I wipe it down once a week with Dream Maker. And the way that it changed the color and literally made it look like it was glowing sitting there under the trees was just really crazy. And so it just kind of gave me a renewed, like, oh, it is such a good product when used appropriately for the right thing, right? But anyway, it looked amazing. And I honestly hadn't seen Dream Maker on top of stout. I'll be honest, I haven't even tried it. And it worked amazing and looked amazing. And it was really cool. And then I also have to give a shout out to Therapy, because Jason had scratched he had gotten a leaf twig in a rag and wiped his hood. And he has that matte paint, not matte wrap, matte paint. And he scratched his hood. And so I partially think that's why he drove it there, was to have me fix it, because he's definitely afraid of touching it. And I just took a little Therapy on a towel and honestly just buffed out the scratch, because there's obviously stout on it. Buffed out the scratch by hand, and stout was so forgiving, and Therapy did its job, and 100% perfect. And that was awesome. So that was my product for the week.
Well, I guess I'm up. Inspiration Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I had a bottle of Inspiration Classic, and I decided I have a new bench. I'm going to coat my bench.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see all these woodworker guys, and they've got these special coatings, and I'm like, dude, it's just a ceramic coating. So I figured, well, I better test my ignorance here and make sure I'm not wrong, or make sure I'm right. So I coated my bench with Inspiration Classic, and it's still just a great product. We have stout, and Legend did its thing for a while, but Classic is just pretty bulletproof. I mean, it's just easy to use, and had a good time putting it down. And not that you noticed the bench was shinier, but it was protected. So I got that for me. So.
Well, and it was easy to wipe up, right? Like when you went to wipe up all that, it was really nice. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, should we jump into questions? Do you guys I have questions on my side. Do you guys have questions?
I got some good mornings. Seeing you, Autoshine. Alex Caulfield. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Phillips is here this morning. Says good morning.
Nice.
Which Mr. Phillips? So we got to shout that one out. Dave came to the Squatch Cube for the first time on Saturday. So thank you to the Phillips brothers for coming up. Always great to have you guys in the building. We do need to get that photo up on the lounge if we haven't already, from the end of the Squatch Cube. We finally took a picture at the Squatch Cube this year, Sid. I mean, it's kind of been the tradition that it's almost a no picture zone. We don't take a lot of photos at it, and we kept the traditional line for the most part this year. I don't have any pictures. I don't know.
Well, here, let's do this then, Keith. I'm gonna actually.
Oh,
you guys
taking control.
Well, I'm gonna leave and come back in as an admin, and then I can show this picture and see if maybe the two of us can figure this comment thing out ourselves. So I just sent
We'll
this picture.
drive on.
So yeah, so I'm gonna leave and I'll be right back.
All right. So we've got first from Puerto Rico, Frank Oakleys, Gary Johnson, Steve Pearson, all saying good morning. I'm just burning through the YouTube stuff. 404 Not Found is here. Thanks for being here. CS Auto Tech and Detailing Conway. Good morning from Northern Colorado. Good morning from Northern Colorado. I got to imagine they get some cool nights like we do here.
Yeah. Yep. Then we got Jeff Cott saying good morning. BK Lowe. Yeah. I do want to mention we had a couple rousing matches of lawn darts yesterday. That was kind of fun.
Yes, I call those murder darts. Yes,
Yeah.
those were awesome. So
cool.
I have an original set of jarts. And if you ever knew about jarts, I think they've been outlawed by every toy manufacturer on the planet. But I've managed to scrounge up a set through a few channels that will remain nameless. And yeah, we had some good times. I would say that there's a little bit of technique involved, and I picked it up while we were doing it. But I do want to show you a picture, Josh. I'll send it to you. Dave got home on Sunday and sent me a picture. He was already 3D printing new fins.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
He was 3D printing what?
New fins for my lawn darts.
Oh, that's fun. Oh my goodness.
The darts should have 3 darts each, and it only has 2. I think I may be able to manufacture the other 2. So
how fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't know what the deal is with this morning, but like it's not liking us. Now I'm trying to
do some serious background stuff.
I know I'm trying to upload a picture and it's telling me I can't do that.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna have to roll with it, Sid. That's gonna work.
No, I mean like it won't
oh well, like you do.
It won't upload my picture.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, look, we'll put it on the Bead Maker Lounge. So if you guys want to see it, go there after the show. It'll be on it. Or we can put it there now.
I'm working on it. You know, has anybody ever figured out why sometimes your phone saves pictures as a totally different file type?
Yes.
Never understood that. Yeah. Well, cool. All right. So let's go over this one question. I had kind of a long question. So from Todd Hill, considering switching to a Tornador velocity vac and blowout all-in-one tool as opposed to just the blowout tool, do any of you have any experience with this all-in-one handle? I'm concerned about the bulk. Have you ever used that, Josh? Do you know what he's talking about? It's the one where like the vacuum hooks in with the Tornador and you're blowing and it's vacuuming at the same time. I've seen those, but they do look really bulky to me. Yeah. And I feel like there would be a lot of areas you wouldn't be able to get into and you'd have to go back with another vacuum anyway.
Yeah, I've never used one, but I've seen them and I kind of agree with you. They look a little
bulky. I would honestly, Todd, I would try to find I would post that in the Bead Maker Lounge, try to find somebody that specifically has one. I've seen them and it's always given me pause for concern. So I would post that on the Bead Maker Lounge and ask if anybody's used that. I mean, it looks like it's efficient, but when I think about vacuuming and how many times I have to pull out my little crevice tools and brushes and things like that, I would be concerned that I wouldn't be able to get a lot of places. So I have not used one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can still use it like a Tornador, but it's I think it's kind of like if you get at the head of the Tornador, because I think it's an angled gun, if I'm not mistaken. Down on the carpet and really, I think probably for sand removal would be fantastic, right? It kicks all the sand up and it pulls it right out with the vacuum. But I would think that kind of a hose and handle thing would be awkward.
Yeah, CME Shine Auto Detailing says it's really clunky and the hose doesn't stay in place.
Okay.
So we got that going for us.
Yeah, I could see where that would be really difficult.
I like the concept. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of the of the execution, just in the awkwardness of it. But
Yeah. All right, we've got a Fat Joe looks so cool with glasses.
Oh yeah.
Marka Bar feels like it's a game changer for Todd, especially with pet hair. And he says it's amazing with release. Yeah, I don't know. I like to be really detailed with my vacuum. Alex Stewart says Josh Pierce owns a Volkswagen. Joey and I love him even more now. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the podcast we were on the other night. That was fun.
Oh yeah, well, a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, it was busy.
Yeah, no, Josh, you own an Atlas.
Yeah, I got a car problem. I own multiple cars.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk real quick about. So Mark Barr made a comment here, and I love that he has a customer that he put Classic on about 4 years ago, and it's still doing this thing. And yeah, I think if you take care of it, it's gonna last a long time. I do agree, though. Stout is the next bee's knees, but
oh yeah, Classic is a great coating though.
Yeah, it's been a great coating.
Yeah.
I have the quilt truck, so I have something of every product on every panel. Someday we're gonna have to fix that on my truck. Maybe next year, Squatch Q5 will have a detail day on Friday. We'll see.
I know. I always think I'm gonna fix mine, and
that doesn't happen. So, so we guested on a podcast on Friday, didn't we, Sid?
Yeah. So we were on the Detail Grind podcast with Alex and Joey, and we were only supposed to go 45 minutes, and we ended up going about what was that, like 2 hours? It was about 2 hours. It was great though. It was so good, so fun.
We had the Dodge Challenger Yeti on the show in the background.
We did.
We got photobombed by the Race Pumpkin Dad. We had quite the crew there.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Josh showed up. And
then Josh showed up. Yep, made an appearance. We had all kinds of Sasquatches showing up. Let's see. So Mike says that the fins on all of his are cracked on his yard darts. Amber Atkinson, I'm going to coat my car with Stout. I have 2-year-old Diamond Body 36 maintained with Bead Maker, Lake Country CCF pads, and rehab. What color pad should I use? Signs that the coating is scored. Amber, you'll be fine because you're in the last third of that Diamond Body 36. It'll come off right away, no problem. But I would go, tell me what kind of car you have, but I'm going to go with maroon and rehab. That's just like for sure you're going to get it all off and it's going to turn out really well. So I'm going to guess maroon and rehab, but let us know what kind of car you have too, but you should be fine with that. That'll get the rest of that off. Yep. Mark Gabar says he doesn't have any issues with the vacuum. That's great.
Blue Boys Auto Pampering says good morning from the Philippines.
Good morning.
Nice. Steve, going back to the vacuum thing, it might be bulky, but make sure you have enough electrical bandwidth for your air compressor and vacuum to run at the same time. Yeah. I could see where that one would be interesting, trying to run both at the same time.
Well, with any luck, you've got them on different circuits, right? So the amount of air that a Tornador eats, and if you're going to vacuum, it's different than, you blow it with a Tornador, you don't run it that long. With say you've got a 30 gallon compressor. Josh has a commercial compressor, and so that lives in its own world. But you start using that compressor for a long time. The other thing that happens is you don't keep the air pressure up as much with the Tornado. And that would be my feeling if you're not in a shop where you have big air.
Wait, what'd I do?
What are you doing? Oh, I'm not supposed to do that.
I know. Sorry. No, I'm still trying to figure out this thing. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, so I have the picture to show, and then we're going to talk about Fat Joe for a minute. So let's go to, here is the picture from this weekend. So nice. It wouldn't upload the one with Lisa. So we've got Dave, Bob, Josh. That's Jason Carl, our distributor from Santa Rosa. And then that's Mike, my husband.
What the best bird ever.
The best shirt.
With best shirt ever. Yep.
I got to order that shirt so I get it before the Squatch Q next year.
Grenades and pineapples. Yeah. And then we've got Keith. So it was a very nice day, lovely day. Oh, geez. Now I just deleted all the pictures. Oh, no. Oh, no, you guys. Wait.
So this is our new theme.
Wait, but now it's stuck on there.
It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay.
And this is why she doesn't produce the show.
No, like the pictures that and like this old bottle of Bead Maker disappeared. And I'm like, now how do I shut it off? Oh my gosh. Anyway, that was fun. So let's talk about Fat Joe. So somebody says, Amber says, how did Fat Joe get his name and how come he's not actually fat?
Well, because I decided that we needed to look a little more svelte, me being the one. So, Fat Joe got on the same train and he lost weight too. So that's why.
The real life Fat Joe was very fat. And that's where our stuffed animals and stuff got his name was Fat Joe. And it's a story from back almost 2 years ago. It's going on 2 years. Long story short, we got caught in a situation. Keith got chased by a fat raccoon, 45-pound raccoon. So he's become our team mascot because we all survived the day. And so Fat Joe has our back. And so our Fat Joes are not necessarily fat, but the real one that he got his name from. Yeah.
He was
Papa Joe was actually fat.
Yeah.
And then Amber also wants to know, what do you mean by remove stout? What do you mean when you say remove stout? Oh, what do you mean when you say remove stout like you mean it? I say wipe it off like you mean it. So, like a lot of times when people are removing coatings, they're kind of like, you watch them and they try to be gentle as if they're like afraid to remove too much coating. So what I'm saying is you have to wipe it with intention, like wipe it like you mean it, put some muscle behind it. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be sticky, but you got to get that coating and that, those solvents off there, the carrying agents, you got to get them off there. And so no like light-handed, barely brushing over the coating with the towels. You got to like wipe it like you mean it, like get it off there or you're going to regret it. Yeah. So it's just like wipe it like you mean it. I just see so many people and this is when people have high spots is what they're afraid of is it's like the wildest thing to me. People think they're going to wipe it off too much. And so they wipe it real gently and slowly and lightly with the towel. And it's like, no, like get it off there. Because the way stout works and most coatings is they bond immediately. And, so it takes from the coating what it needs and, bonds with the paint. And then what we're wiping off is basically the carrying solvents, right? And so you got to get those off there or they're going to cure themselves and cause a high spot, which is a real problem. And so you just have to wipe it all off. Like you can't hurt it. You can't wipe too hard. So you got to wipe it like you mean it. Like no light-handed, like use some pressure. It's not going to be sticky. I promise. It sounds weird, but you just got to wipe it like you mean it.
Yeah. And maybe this is a little bit of an artifact of with Inspiration Classic, especially, we would do a leveling pass, just kind of watch it flash a little bit, level it, and then come back and buff it out. We don't do a leveling pass anymore because that'll go right through the cure time. And all of a sudden you're going to have a lot of solvent that turns into high spot. So you basically, your first pass is remove it all. Your second pass towel is just to make sure you got it all.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a difference. And I think that's just the evolution of technology of coatings now, because God, I remember, this is the 10-year anniversary of Inspiration Classic.
Is it?
This year, yeah. We brought it out in 2015. So, it's been a decade. Things have changed a lot in the coating game for us. And coatings have been out a lot longer than that. But, the coating game has changed tremendously.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. That is awesome. I didn't realize it'd been 10 years.
Yeah.
Steve said he just noticed the Fat Joe on the screen with the glasses. He looks like he aged after this weekend.
It was a rough weekend.
Yeah.
Well, the travel's brutal,
Yeah. My favorite one-liner from the Squatch Q was Greg Paw, one of the detailers from Portland area, walked in and saw Josh and just walked straight up to him and shook his hand, and he goes, "That's a long flight for a barbecue." That was like the
It was a long
thing.
flight.
That was the funniest
But it was
thing
worth it.
ever.
Well,
Yeah.
I like to think of the Squatch Queue as kind of the family reunion for PMs.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It does feel like that. Yeah. No, it's great.
You know, I still, I mean, I just can't believe it. Everybody that comes every year. It's just a great time. And we didn't really have our diving competition this year. I think our pool participant demographic was much younger than in past years, which is great. I love to see the kids in the pool having a good time and everybody just chilling out. So
the pool definitely got used though. There was a lot of kids in there.
Yeah. Well, we got a little bit of space in there. We can fill it up.
It was great. It was great. All right. So let's see. We've got lots of stout questions. I love it. Gary Johnston says, what is the process of putting stout on a rubberized textured trifold bed cover? Would it be the same as paint? I actually think I saw this question come up on the Bead Maker Lounge and I didn't respond, and I apologize. I was basically dead until just now. So I remember reading it and seeing that there was a response asking, but so it would be the same. Plastic though, a lot of times the stout will absorb in and you barely even need to go back with a leveling towel, which is kind of the nice part about stout. Now, obviously, that's why I put the least expensive way is going to be to use dynamic. If you want to really invest and like protect that thing for quite a long time, it's going to be to use stout. But you're probably going to go through a good amount of stout on that truck bed top. I would only do the top. But basically, you're going to just apply it, in same 2 foot by 2 foot, maybe 3 foot by 3 foot sections. And I would take a towel and lightly level it when you're done. But it probably will suck it up a little bit. But that is the nice part about putting it on black plastic type material, is it just it kind of absorbs in and there's not really much to remove. Now on the parts that kind of have the metal or are not plastic, you'll wipe it off like normal, but it will still protect all those sections. So I have for sure done those. I do charge the customer for it. I want to say I had one customer that I did his entire truck topper like that, and I think I charged him an extra like $400 just because of the amount of coating that it took. But it was worth it because I mean it's been like 4 years, and actually it was done with Legend, but it's still like perfect, like literally perfect. So it really does go down to what kind of investment you want to make, and dynamic works great if you're putting it on once every 6 months or so. So it just depends on maintenance level and what you want to do, but yeah, you can totally still do that same process, just you don't have to be as intentional with your wipe off. Basically.
All right, so we got one from Mike Zupanik says stout is like wiping wax off a car in the 80s.
Yeah.
Except there's no dust.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you're like that final buff. You're like you're pushing into it. Yeah.
So the guy with the best logo in the business asked, "What type of towels are you guys using to typically wipe off stout? What are we using?" I have my favorite, but Josh and Sid, what do you guys like?
Yeah, Josh, what do you like?
I use the auto fiber leveling towels, the coating towels. I don't remember what they're called. The quadrant towels.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you use two of the same?
No, I use two different color. I use a red and a blue.
Okay. Cool.
But same GSM.
Yeah.
Same everything there. Okay.
Yeah, and I use the and I'll be honest here, I don't necessarily recommend this until people get really comfortable with stout, but I use the Rip and Rag Ultra Pearl Weave towels as my leveling towel, and then I use a Creature as my second towel, which is the Creature is like kind of fluffier on one side, lower pile on the other side. And the reason that I say I don't recommend that when first getting used to stout is because the pearl weaves are not as absorbent as maybe a 365, and people that are not used to stout yet can tend to push the coating with a pearl weave. And so you have to really know the coating and be super comfortable with it, and then it works just fine. But I've noticed people doing the first time struggle a little bit with the pearl weave. But at the end of the day, once you're super comfortable with the coating, I really prefer the pearl weave because, I don't know, it just glides across the surface. I love it. And I love the pearl weave because they're meant to throw away. But But in classes, we usually do like a 300 for a leveling wipe and a 365 for the second one. I always like to have a little bit fluffier, more body for the second, just because I really like to get that buffing motion down. And I find that if you hand somebody a towel like a creature, they tend to know they're supposed to wipe it off like they mean it.
Yeah. And all these towels are edgeless, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a huge thing. We use the minor gray 365s at PNS at the detail studio. But yeah, I actually prefer, I've used the Wolfpack towel as my second towel, which is way fuzzy. But I do like the way it kind of glides real well and picks up stuff as a second towel. So I'm with you, Sid. I like a little more plushy, fuzzy towel.
Yeah. What's a really good towel, but it's kind of expensive to use, is the FTW.
Your second wipe? Yeah, that would be expensive.
I can see that as a second towel for sure.
I mean, it's really good, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
We're bougie like that.
More good mornings on my end. Got Bill Quinn, Gabriel, Sarah Riles all saying good morning.
Oh,
good morning, Bill.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah.
Washington. Nice.
It's funny because now we can see how many people are watching, and we couldn't see that at the beginning, but we still can't see our comments, but the program's trying to catch up. Okay, so we have Chad for Pristine Auto Detailing says, good morning. I am planning on ordering a few Stout 50s for the first time. Once back at stock, it detailed image or autoality. I don't know. I'm sure they've got them on order, right? We have plenty of Stout. If you can't find it there, you can always get it on our website. Amber said, awesome explanation. Thank you. Yes. And Amber, make sure you check in with us and let us know how it goes. And it sounds like she drives a 2017 Honda Fit that sits outside. No maroon pads. Are orange okay? So orange would be fine, but if you happen to have blue, I would do blue over orange, but otherwise the orange will probably be fine. I mean, really, because like you said, you're looking to kind of score and remove that coating. Hopefully there's not a lot of scratches that you're trying to remove. So I'm sure orange will be just fine. Whatever you use, though, orange to maroon is going to do what to the surface what needs to be done to put a new coating on. So don't worry about that.
Which orange pad, by the way, is that? Are we talking?
She just says is orange okay. So
yeah,
but either orange. I mean,
orange, it'll be probably fine. Plenty. It might be a little softer with a buff and shine orange, depending on which one you get. Free ride orange.
Ooh, we got fine detailing in the house. Nice. My second wipe is a Radco teal.
Ooh, she has Oreo pads. There you go.
Okay, maybe try the Oreo then. I would try the Oreo. And the reason that I say that is because the closer you can get to your natural paint, the better experience you're going to have with Stout. So it's kind of one of those things where, like, people will say, is it absolutely vital that I remove all the old coating? No, because we actually have no way of knowing. But I do know that the more you can remove, the better. So try the Oreo. As long as it doesn't mar up your paint, I would use that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fine Detailing says, my second wipe is the Rag Company Teal Plush Towel.
Wow. Yeah.
That is going full bouge.
That is.
CME Shine Auto Detailing says, am I doing something wrong? I don't seem to have issues removing Stout. Nope. Sounds to me like you're doing everything right.
Nope. It sounds like you're doing it like you mean it. That's really like the only thing. It's like, wipe it like you mean it and you'll be fine. Yeah. Nope. You're good. That's awesome. I love Stout. I love that everybody loves Stout.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Keith, by the way, you better order some Stout because I told Lisa how you can put Stout on your porcelain sinks. Because she's worried about the sinks, and she had sealed that marble upstairs with something different. And I told her she needed to do Stout in the sink. And so then I heard her telling Sharon next door. So you better order some Stout.
Okay. So, I do need to do a restock order for the Northwest PNS training outfit. So I probably can put that on there.
Yeah.
A couple good friends of mine, Bob and Kim Cox, put Stout on their stainless steel sink.
Yeah, I do.
Works really good.
Yeah. Yep. I put it in my shop sink just so that it cleans up easier for sure. Love it.
Yeah, and I do have to do a late product kind of highlight that the product of the day on Saturday or Friday and Saturday was actually paint gloss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although we seem to be falling out of all of the Adirondack chairs. So
Yeah.
we wiped down every chair, every table, everything with paint gloss around here. And boy, what a versatile product. So
Yeah. Yeah. That was nice.
yeah,
That was nice. It does clean up good.
it does. I don't have any more chats in the YouTube. Josh, what do you got?
Dad's Race Pumpkin says good morning.
Oh, good morning. He
Hello,
must have
Jason.
made it
He
home.
must have made it home. Either that or he's on the side of the road somewhere.
Yeah.
Then we got good morning, guys. Any advice on removing baked on honeydew before I start cutting? I'm not sure what that is.
Baked on honeydew.
Yeah, it's in the.
That's interesting.
Help us out with that one. Tell us what you mean by honeydew.
I think that was probably a victim of autocorrect. Usually I'm pretty good at assuming what autocorrect meant, but that one baked on.
Sometimes it goes a little off the rails with the autocorrect.
Yeah. Yeah. Help us out if you're still here.
If you're still listening, let us know what you meant.
Steve
Gabriel wants to know if there's any updates on Odor Doc.
No updates on Odor Doc. It's in stock. Order away.
Well, but that's Gabriel, right?
Oh. So, yes, the second container. So there are 2 containers that have left production and are going to our friends at the Rag Company Europe. I don't know if they've landed yet. Hopefully, maybe Quentin's on or maybe Patrick's on, and they can tell us when they expect their containers to show up.
Yeah, Gabriel, check with Patrick or Quentin. They would know what's on there, and maybe they have an update because it's definitely left, right? So they're waiting to receive it.
Yeah.
So they're just waiting to receive it.
That's 80 feet of containers of goodness going to Rag Company.
Yeah.
All right. So Chris Moreno came back with a crepe myrtle tree. Anybody know what that is?
Heavy tree sap. Yeah. So you've got basically a crepe myrtle. I had crepe myrtles in Dallas, so I know exactly what they are. They drop kind of this reddish, gooey leaf, and it just looks like you got black, red kind of crap all over your car. It's sticky. Tree sap remover is your friend, my friend. I would pre-wet the car just to knock off the big stuff with the pressure washer. And then you're going to get kind of like we did, Josh, get a little liberal with the tree sap remover on the car. I have fir trees, so I have leaking tree sap all the time around here. And then you will probably, a plastic razor blade can be your friend, but I don't think on a crepe myrtle you're going to need that. Let it sit and soften in the shade or inside. And you should be able to use just a regular old bug sponge to remove that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do love the bugs, the tar remover. What? I can't think. Tree sap remover. But I have to tell you, because I always give Bob and Keith a bad time when they use the hot dog method, which is rolling up your towel, it's so ridiculous, but it actually works when you're doing tree sap removal. So I do the hot dog method with my towel, but I lay it right next to the sap, and then I pour the tree sap remover on there so that it can sit, because that is the key to that product. Like, you don't want to just put it on a towel and try to wipe. You'll be there for days. You got to let that product get in there for, 30 seconds to 60 seconds and kind of work, and then it will just come right off. And so I use the hot dog method for that. Like, I place the little hot dog right next to it and then pour the tree sap remover.
Now, if you have a white or light colored car, then you've got kind of the dark staining from the leaves and stuff on that crepe myrtle. Then I recommend a light layer of EnviroClean, probably about 8-1, as kind of your pre-soak all-purpose cleaner, and then you should be able to wash as normal.
All right, I have Markabar says, is anyone having issues with the diluted scents? I had a customer score the cluster after spraying the scent in the car with the AC going. So here's the deal. The scents are only supposed to be sprayed into the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Under the seat.
Yeah. So if you're spraying it in the air, I've never done that before because it's supposed to be sprayed directly into the carpet. And so I would not, because it has stuff in it, right? And I would not spray that to where it can move throughout the cabin. So I have not had that issue, Mark. But maybe switch to, like, I literally put the bottle right next to the carpet and spray it underneath the driver's seat, or sometimes in the driver area, but like I'm spraying it literally focused directly into the carpet. So try that. I would not spray it throughout. And I think just for the reason that, it could get on the windows, it could get on the leather. So yeah, spray it directly into the carpet.
Dad's Race Pumpkin, aka Jason. Josh, it was nice to meet you in person. It's awesome to meet you too. Sydney, thanks for keeping me in line. And Keith, how were the brisket tacos?
They were fantastic. So I did not break into them, but I made a huge mistake in buying too many packages of the King's Hawaiian slider buns.
Oh yeah.
Now, Sid, this is going to really ruin everything. We took the special beans made by Sydney, which, by the way, are fantastic.
Amazing.
Mixed it with some chopped brisket last night and put that on sliders.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, that's probably not what you want to do if you're losing weight. So,
you know. Well, the beans were great, but I was really sad because I didn't get any of the King's Hawaiian roll, which are my favorite. So when we got back to town last night, I had to we had to go to the Outback because I was like, I really just want some bread. It's really funny. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, this fun thing's making me mad.
King's Hawaiian rolls are like crack cocaine bread, so they're evil, but they're good. So
yeah. Well, that sounds good. You guys had a lot of choices to choose from.
We did. You could go with corn or flour tortilla for the brisket tacos. You could go straight brisket the old-fashioned way. And for those who are wondering, salt and pepper, that's it. That's all you put on the brisket.
Yep. Nice.
You want a barbecue sauce it after, that's what you do. Yeah. So I know I'm going to get the question. So
I'm going to show the dad's race pumpkin here.
Oh yeah.
We had the little Mopar land over there, which was nice. So the orange one, drove 10.5 hours.
Each
the
way.
gray one drove 7.5, which was about 4 too long. we got home last night and Mike said, not a road trip car. I said, yeah, it's not a road trip car.
Chris Moreno. Yeah, Chris Moreno says, thanks, Keith. Blue Bowl, what's his name? Blue Boy Erecto.
Yeah.
Says, what's the best way to take care of towels used for Bead Maker? We spray APC on them, soak them in water overnight, then wash in the morning. Rags to riches.
Yep.
Rags to riches. Yeah. So honestly, I think the best thing, which we learned this from our very good friend Robin Sweet, is she mixes like 2 ounces of rags to riches in a 16-ounce bottle of water, and you actually just spray the towel right when you're done with it. Just spritz it, both your drying towels and your Bead Maker towels. Just spritz them and then toss them in your laundry basket. You don't even have to wash them right away. It starts that deactivation process where then the Bead Maker can't cure. And that seems to make all the difference in the world for me. Now, I still have to strip mine about every 6 months just because a lot of times I forget to do that. But I would do that over APC, honestly. I would do the rags to riches for sure.
Yeah, every day of the week. So question here from Wagner Jean-Francois. Good morning from Pennsylvania. Your headlight restoration process, your choice of products. Well, it depends on the headlights. I mean, Josh, I've gone as far with the old yellowish coating that's on some of the old ones. I sand them because I think that's the easiest way to rip that stuff off of there. But the new, carbon ones that are kind of the clear, sometimes you can just straight polish them with product and pads. So which way do you go, Josh?
So having a body shop, we sand all of our headlights and then we clear coat them. So we do like 600 grit, 800 grit, 1,000 grit, 1,500. Then we polish them out and clear coat them.
Yeah.
So you don't leave them scored at all when you shoot the clear. You actually bring them up to a high finish.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm roughly the same minus the clear coat just because I don't have that ability, but I sand them, tape them off, sand them. 90% of the time I'm doing official, restoration. And then I always seal them with stout just because I don't have the clear. But once in a while, like the other day, I had a customer's car in it. I do a lot of like high school and college kids' cars just because of the environment I live in. A lot of their parents have their cars detailed, which I think is great. I don't have any issue with that. But I had a girl going back to Utah this week, going back to school. And so she had like an older Nissan Murano. We got it all cleaned up. It looked perfect. And the headlights were really paste, right? And I knew that her dad wasn't going to want to do a full restoration on them. And so I actually used just some compound and a wool pad and just cleaned them up. They got 40-50% better. They weren't perfect, but I kind of took that first layer of haze off so that she was safe. And I did it in about 3 minutes total. And so I'll do that once in a while, just clean them up for somebody as kind of like I cleaned up your headlights a little bit. But for full restoration, though, I do exactly what Josh said, fully tape them, sand them, all that kind of good stuff. And then we had another question here. This is a great question. Steve Pearson says, how is intervention stock looking? Is it out to vendors, more specifically Clean Garage? So Steve, all of our distributors have had the ability to order now. It should come out on our website today. It should be the release day. And then so all of a lot of distributors already have it. They've actually been able to order it for about a month now. But they've been given the official timeline, like you need to order it now because we're going to release it on our website. And so I would imagine that Clean Garage has ordered it, but if not, you may want to check with them. But it is out. Everybody has had the ability to have it, and it should come out on our website today.
Yeah. And Sydney and I and a special guest made about 900 bottles the last time we were down at PNA.
Yeah, we did. And you know what? You guys can all just say that it was filled by us because we forgot to sign them. You can just go with the story. Just go with the good story. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So Andy's here saying, good morning. It's time to wake up and smell the Brake Buster. So this one threw me off because does Brake Buster smell?
It smells like a cleaner. It actually doesn't have a fragrance that so I'm funny. Aware of. If Dave, you put a fragrance in there, none of us have noticed in 10 years. So
yeah, so funny. Alex Dewar says, Keith, a little slider action is fine. You'll be sweating that off at Monterey.
No, you guys don't understand how Monterey works.
Yeah.
I don't work. I just sit in the truck and hand out bottles.
As little as possible. Ever since the days of getting the radios, Keith doesn't have to move a lot. He used to have to run around and find people, but now he stays at home base and does his little check.
You just hand out bottles of stuff, man. I set up tents and I just watch my little kingdom.
Yep.
Got a question from Sarah Riles. I've never had to deal with this, but just in case it ever comes up, what's your process with removing buffing trails?
First of all, use a large throw DA, not a rotary. Secondly, you want to go to a polish. I think therapy would be a good choice. And I would use a mid-grade polish pad, so something like the orange pad or finer, depending on what they are.
Yeah.
My wife's car, which is an Audi and an A5, so not a high-end car, but just in the middle of the road, came with the DISO, came with the dealer-installed squirrel option, and it had the buffer trails right on the hood. We took those out in one step with a foam polish pad and polish. So they look worse than they are. They just are an indication that somebody didn't really have a good finish process, not that the car's wrecked. So,
Yep.
My 2 cents.
All right. Steve says R2R in the spray bottle is awesome for pad cleaning too. Learned that from Robin as well. Same. Yep. I do that on all of my. Yep. I do that on all my pads too. Detailed Obsessed Nation says, any instructional classes near Indiana coming up?
Yes.
We have them in Iowa every month.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
We're not having one in August, so we'll be in Monterey. So
right. You can actually see that Fat Joe in Iowa if you go to the class.
Yeah. Yeah, I would highly encourage you going to Iowa, and you can find those classes on the PNS Detail Products website, which is just psdetailproducts.com, under the training tab, and it has all of the Iowa classes listed. And I will tell you, those will be the first ones because we definitely don't have any other of our traveling hybrid ones on the schedule for the rest of the year for Indiana. So Iowa's
Doesn't mean it won't happen, but yeah,
right.
We're scheduled.
Yeah.
A quick side note there, while we're talking about the training classes on the PNS website, we will be adding a Spanish language all-in and a Spanish language coding class in the same week as our September classes.
Okay, right.
That'll be Wednesday, Thursday in September. Ian and I haven't got them up on the calendar, but we will be doing those then. And then we're doing Global SV in October, but I think we're going to still have Spanish classes in October as well at PNS. So
cool. All right. Steve says, Josh, is there any store-bought rattle can clear coats that you'd recommend to finish off those headlights?
Any 2K clear that you can buy. Any of the big brands would be fine.
What do you do about, because obviously I used to use a lot of spray paint. Before I was a detailer, I painted Power Wheels, right? So very familiar with spray paint. But what do you do for, like, if somebody were to do that, what happens with the overspray? Do they just need to, like, tape off a much bigger area, like with paper or something?
Tape off the whole front end with paper, and or if you're mechanically inclined, pull the headlights out. Okay,
cool. We should mention that because overspray of clear on paint is not going to be a fun thing. Okay, so then we've got Wagner says, thank you, folks. Amber says, Steve, use RTR to pre-treat towels. I learned that from SBG. Great tip practice. Yes, thank you. Definitely we thank Robin for that. I knew the pad part, but she was like, I do it to the towels, and holy cow, life-changing. Ron is here, and I think you say his last name Ayat. Late to the party. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Ron.
Yeah, good morning, Ron.
We got John Folks with the question. I'm having an issue with my rags. They're leaving a lot of lint on the surface of my clients' cars when applying Bead Maker Defender. I haven't had an issue before. I use Rags to Riches, and it worked fine for a few years now, up until recently. I replaced the same rags I've used for a long time and still having this issue. Dried in low heat, no dryer sheets. Have any of you had this problem? What kind of rags are you using?
Yeah, that would be my question too. Here's my experience with linting on rags is certain ones do it. So certainly like the Eagles, the fluffier ones, that's why I don't use them. So I have a couple comments here. So that's one is the fluffier rags are going to cause dusting or not dusting, linting. So I always wash those separate because what happens if you wash all your good towels with a towel that has linting, it affects all of them. And then it's hard to ever catch back up on. So you got to find the culprit. You might have to start all over. So I never wash the fluffy towels with my regular towels. And then my final piece of advice here is switch to FTWs with Bead Maker. FTWs all the way, zero linting. Even if you wash them in a load of lint, the FTWs don't lint. Switch to FTWs. For any spray sealants, anything like that, I only use FTWs. I do not use fluffy towels.
Yeah. I love loop towels like that.
I can't stress that enough. Yeah. Just switch to FTWs, and I think that will solve the problem. Let's see. So Quality Car Care says we sell clear coat. Just make sure to mask them good. Ron says, Sydney, that was the correct pronunciation. Thank you. Well, that is so great because that almost no one ever says that. Sydney does not pronounce anything correctly. So thank you. That's so exciting.
Sydney does have her word challenges.
I do have pronunciation issues. So that is so awesome.
And I hope that's Tony at Quality Car Care because I think that's who that is. It's either Tony. But thanks for being on the program, Tony. It's always great to have you on. So
he says with the clear coat, once it sticks, it cannot be removed. So masking with tape and paint plastic masking sheet. Yes, for sure. And he's waiting for the new compound. I'm really excited that it's finally here.
Yeah, but he did order it. So we
he's just waiting for it. He ordered it.
Yeah, it's not there yet. But he did order it from the distribution site. So, and he's in LA, so it won't take that long for it to get to him because it isn't.
I will say on intervention though, I mean, you can get it to almost finish down pretty darn good too. I mean,
Some paints, yeah.
Some of the
Some
harder
you
paints,
can.
it can finish pretty good.
Mhm.
Well, somebody I know said we like to work on hard paints in training classes.
That's me.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
Gabriel. Gabriel says, now that both you are here, I do want to thank you, Josh and Queenie, not only for what you do for PNS, but also for me. I love you a lot.
Aw,
We love
that's
you too,
so
bud.
nice, Gabriel. We appreciate you being here, and we would do anything for you.
Josh would even wear a raccoon suit for you.
I would.
Yeah. Yep. I hope we get to see that.
I ordered one. I just kind of hope it shows up from China before it's too
Is
late.
it on its way?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. Good. Very cool. Well, I'm out of questions, and we are at the hour. Ron just says, I can't wait for intervention and therapy. Ooh, so amazing. I love therapy. Big fan of intervention too when you need it, but I'm a really big fan of therapy. So let's see. So what's coming up?
The only thing that matters. No, we are really on a kind of a
Countdown.
2-week countdown.
Yeah.
Today, 2 weeks from today, we'll be wrapping up Bead Maker Coffee, and we will be.
Yep.
You guys will be heading to San Jose. I will be heading to San Francisco Airport, and we will be picking up the team at Monterey.
Yeah.
And I just want to, put this out there that we are really always excited about every team we have at Monterey. We think we've built a great team this year as well. We've got some fun influencing folks. We've got some great detailers on the team. We've got some fantastic returning veterans. So should be a fun mix. And that's what's coming up for us. Until then, we're going to try and batten down the hatches, make sure everything is running smoothly as possible with PNS this year. And I have a little indication that we may get Dave for more than just Wednesday and Friday this year, which is going to be exciting because we love having Dave with us, but he always makes the guest appearances because somebody was manning the ship at PNS, and well,
got a little more time,
so he doesn't have to. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that should be great. I am super looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I need to start putting together my list of things and I got to figure out my suitcase this year because I've got some additional stuff going on. And so I've got to figure out how to pare that down and make it more reasonable. But I can't wait. I do have a stout class this weekend though in Boise.
Right.
So I've got, some stuff going on this weekend, which will be fun. And then, but it's really the next 2 weeks as all things get ready for Monterey. So I know the team is feeling that. I know, there's so much anticipation leading up to this, and, people are buying new shoes and new pants, and it should be pretty fun. So I'm super looking forward to it. And like we said, we have intervention coming out on our website today. But otherwise we're just full prep mode. We got lots of Joe stuff. It'll be one to watch. Yeah. And we will be having a lot of fun on social media this time. So our social media is going to be very different for the week of Monterey. So I hope everybody tunes in and has fun with it. It is going to be a lot of behind the scenes. We've got Alex and Joey with us. They're going to be kicking us off live every morning, checking in throughout the day, live on our Instagram. And so that'll be a lot of fun. And I have a whole folder full of like fun videos that we're going to do. So we're just going to have a lot of fun with it, and just, and also just show a lot of behind the scenes. We don't often get to do that. A lot of it you just see, the auction and stuff, but we're going to try. I think the live will bring that in, of the true, like what's really going on and what's really going on live and behind the scenes. And so we're just going to try to really focus on that this year and have a lot of fun with it. So on the social media side, I have a lot of plans. So I'll be super busy, and I have videos laid out for specific people on the team and stuff. So it should be pretty fun. So definitely we want all of you to join in with us. That's why we're doing it. We want all of you guys to be there with us. And so we're going to make it a little bit more accessible behind the scenes. So make sure you follow all the channels.
And our friends at the Ride Company will be with us this year, and we have their Instagram team and their TikTok team. So
so I think Gabe and Carson will probably be live on TikTok more so. They probably won't go live on the Rad Company, so they'll be live on their TikTok. which carries all the PNS products. And then we will be live on probably both TikTok and Instagram, but we'll probably focus the more PNS side on the Instagram. So it should be super fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep. And today is the official start of the Joey Belinsky quarantine process. So that's
Yes.
well.
Yep.
Yeah.
No more theaters. I hope he already saw F1.
Yep.
Can't leave the house until Monterey.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what? But we brought in Dewar this year to make sure he drags him down there. Coffin or not, Dewar's going to bring him.
Yeah. Well, everybody, make sure you check out the Bead Maker Lounge. And if you have any more questions there, make sure you ask them. I didn't get my reminder because I think Hans is not on, but smash that like button, follow us, chase us around. We are really looking forward to the next couple of weeks because it's a little bit slower pace for us leading up to Monterey, and then it's go time.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about Monterey this year and everything we're going to do. So,
yeah.
Josh, you got nothing on the calendar between now and then either, right?
I am free until Monterey. I got to save up all my energy.
Yeah. Right.
Well, and we may have a special project just before Monterey. We're not sure yet. If we do that you got to watch the socials for that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which we need to figure that one out.
Right.
We do.
Bob, Mr. Phillips, you
Yep.
want to do it?
We're ready. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being here today. And thank you, everyone, for bearing with us with our no comments on our side. We had to kind of muscle through it. So thank you for being patient with that. But we're glad you're all here. And we will see you in 2 weeks from the mothership heading out to Monterey. So that is literally the kickoff day for Monterey. So we're super excited.
We are. We'll see you guys soon.
Have a great week, everyone.